Hey, hi, hello, welcome to Lost in Prose, where we talk about all things bookish. And in today's video, I will be recommending books that everyone should read at least once in their lifetime. And honestly, I'm very jealous of the people who get to read this for the very first time. So let's begin. So basically, these books are fiction that is extremely insightful, and it breaks the normal notions of people that say that fiction can't teach you anything, because honestly these books have taught me a lot of things, and generally about life, and through the characters experiences in the book. And honestly, these books are definitely something that you should read at least once in your lifetime, and I'll be really jealous if you are the ones reading it for the very first time, because I want to do that again as well. But anyway, the first book recommendation is Tuesdays with Mori by Mitch Albom. Now, this book is so concise and super crisp, honestly, that makes it again very simple to read, and also it is very insightful. There are so many lines in this book that literally just blow you away. And this is actually a book that I have kind of underlined in. Usually I don't like doing it a lot, but then something just compelled me to do so in this book, because um the like these words, so many quotes of this book are just something that will stay with you forever. So basically it is about someone who keeps guiding you, okay, someone whose opinions really matter to you a lot, and that guiding light in your life. So for Mitch Albom, it was his college professor, Mori Schwartz. And he, with time, Mitch Albom, he lost track of his mentor as the years passed. But Mitch Albom got that second chance to rediscover his relationship with his mentor, and their rekindled relationship basically turned into one final class, when they met every Tuesday. So, hence Tuesdays with Mori. And this book is their collection of, meetings every Tuesday, and their insightful conversations, and how it all takes a turn and turns into one final class. There's also hints of slight humor here and there, which I also really enjoyed. And I think you should really pick up this book if you are even a non-fiction reader. I think you will like this. Moving on to the next one is All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven. Is banned in many regions basically, but I don't understand why these are the books that we should be reading, because mental health really matters. And in this case, it is the mental health of Theodore Finch, who wants to take his own life, and Violet Markey, who is basically devastated by her sister's death. Now they meet on the ledge of their school bell tower, and so the story of them begins when their repeated encounters spark something new in them. And basically, as Violet's world grows, Finch's world sinks and shrinks. And Violet basically learns to live from a guy who wishes to die. So that is where I leave you, and that is, I think, where you should start reading the book. This book is very overwhelming, and it is awfully sad, honestly. You should check trigger warnings before you go into it, definitely. But this book is a must read, because if you're not, then you're definitely missing out on a lot. And especially if you're a teenager, or maybe a little older, then I think this book is all that's waiting for you. You should go pick it up and read it right now. All right, next up is Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman. I have recommended this book recently in various instances, but this book is also something that you should read. Actually, yes, just go read books, guys. You should read at least once in your lifetime. And then, well, that's what I said to myself once, and then I just couldn't stop reading, so I just kept reading. Anyway, Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman is about Eleanor Oliphant. Yay! Who leads a very simple life basically, and she wears the same clothes every day, right? And she eats the same meal deal for lunch every day, and she buys the same two bottles of vodka to drink every weekend. And Eleanor Oliphant is happy, and nothing is missing from her carefully crafted timetable except satisfaction, and accept sometimes literally everything. So that is where the book, basically begins. And I think that's all you need to know about the book. Also, um, this book is that kind of book where the little you know the better, and you just go into it without any expectations, and the book takes it with you. And Eleanor Oliphant is a representation of so many humans out there, and she is absolutely relatable. And Eleanor Oliphant is a must read. Definitely it should be read, and these are the kind of books that should be read a lot. I love the book, and I really hope that you will read it. And next up, on a slightly easier to read note and also more light-hearted note, is Wonder by RJ Palacio. And this book is something I think I read last year, and I loved it so much. I think children should read this book as well. People in the age range of like 11 and above can easily read this book. I think that in fact children, middle schoolers and high schoolers in this age should basically read this book. This is something that is meant for them. And it doesn't explore like it isn't as strong as like All the Bright Places or Eleanor Orphan. So this book is basically about August, who doesn't like to describe how he looks, because what you are thinking is probably even worse. So that's where all the description, that's all that the description says. So it's about August and how he, sort of copes with his deformity, and how middle school treats him, and how it's really difficult to blend in. But honestly, you can't blend in if you were born to stand out, as the cover says. And this book is absolutely quick paced, it has short chapters, and also it is very easy to read. And it's just very heartfelt, very wholesome. It's from the boy's point of view as well. So you sort of get that childish tone, and you sort of feel empathetic towards the character. So I think Wonder is a book that nobody should miss out on. And it's just, you will become more sensitive to the world around you once you read this. It kind of even comments on the fact that how quick we are to make judgments about anybody and anything, but how we should steer away from all those pre notions or preconceptions that we tend to build up in our mind about anything. That's all about Wonder, and I really hope that you do read it. Wonder is, I think, very high up on my recommendation list, because this book is very easily approachable. Literally any age category can read this book, so that is why I think you should read Wonder. And now, lastly, is Midnight Library by Matt Haig. If you haven't heard of this book, then you really should. Really have enjoyed Midnight Library a lot. I have only read Midnight Library by Matt Haig. I also want to read The Comfort Book again, which is very famous. And I think one more book is coming out by Matt Haig, or has already released. I'm not sure about that. But anyway, The Midnight Library by Matt Haig is about Nora. According to the book, basically, there is a library between life and death. So, and within that library, shelves they go on forever and ever, and every book from that you pick out from that shelf is an alternate version of your life that you could have tried out if you wouldn't have taken a certain decision, or you could have lived basically. And to see this is basically to see how things would have been if your choices were any different. So do you have any regrets in your mind, and would you have done anything different if you had the chance to? So it speaks of all those themes. And again, this book is also quick paced, easy to read, it has short chapters, and I think that this book is a must read for all. Again, this also may have a few trigger warnings which you may want to check out before diving into, but I think this book is very heartfelt, very dear to my heart again. And that's basically all the books that I had to recommend today. And I really hope that some of these books you could pick out, and it touches you the way it touched my heart as well. And Wonder is one such book that I would recommend to, I think, to an audience of any age. So Wonder is a book that you should read and also tell your kids to read. And I think that you'll really enjoy these, and I really hope so as well. And we'll meet next Friday with a new video. Goodbye.